Alan, Iran and the international negotiators are close to reaching some sort of agreement about monitoring Iranian nuclear facilities and hence potentially lifting some of the sanctions. Is this going to create an opportunity for international investment in Iran?
I think so. First of all, the obvious place to look are the international oil companies, a couple of which are rumored to be poking around and trying to restart their efforts of the past. Shell, Eni of Italy have been mentioned. Total has been there in the past. So I think we'll hear more about that over the coming year. But another area of interest might be the Iranian stock market.
Can investors invest in that? International portfolio managers?
Not really. And first of all, it isn't in any benchmark. And no matter what, fund managers will tell you, if it isn't in at least the MSCI frontier, it's probably going to always be a very exotic investment anyway. But with sanctions, that makes it that much more difficult to invest there.
And what kind of market is it in Iran? What kind of stock market does it have?
It's electronic trading and has for quite a long time. It's what they call T+2 trading, so trade date +2. So it's pretty modernized as far as I can tell.
Is it cheap?
It is cheap. It's trading about 5 times earnings, which is about half of what the MSCI Frontier Markets Index trades on. So yeah, not bad. 14% dividend yield. Again, not bad.
14%, but how does that compare to inflation?
Very good point. It's about the same as inflation. So you're getting, if you're lucky, about a 1% yield, real yield. And there are some other things to think about. That low P is probably biased down by some sectors which it is fairly heavy in, mining, say, and certain financials, which are, tend to be, not always, but tend to be globally lower P stocks these days. So there might be an element of that too. But frankly, it is cheap, right?
So for the brave, it's an interesting prospect, but will it all be one-way traffic here?
That's another good question right now. Some fund managers would say, well, some of what you see happening in, say, the Middle East, in the UAE market, it's done fairly well, maybe due to anticipating Iranian outflows of capital. That's a possibility too, because there are certain sanctions that have prevented money from easily leaving Iran as well as coming in. So it could work both ways. It's not a one-way street.
But I guess investors in frontier markets or semi-frontier markets already know about these risks. Alan, thanks very much.